I'm Chris, long-term entrepreneur, 25 years in the business. I've been always IT-centric, and from that perspective, I've helped a lot of companies make big changes. So I ended up in shared services transformation, offshoring, a lot of globalized engagements, making an impact for different companies. Now, based on my experience, well, you learn a lot over time. I have 3 tips for entrepreneurs, business owners, or basically anyone tasked with growing their business. First step is always your vision. Understand what it is that you're going to do. Create high-level metrics. For instance, I was tasked in my most recent startup with starting an office in a new country. Now, what we do is we deliver services to Japan and the Western world. So language, for instance, that's one thing that is important for us. Secondly, we do offshore service delivery. So offshore service delivery is all about people that are willing to work hard, that understand different cultural contexts, that have a decent education level. So there is a number of metrics in that area that I could use to help determine where I would go. Vietnam, Lebanon, Kyrgyzstan, some of the less obvious names, obviously. But these countries, they were on my hit list. So create your vision. That is step one. Second is the moment that you start, don't expect everything to work from day one. So in terms of execution, you start small. You see that certain things don't work. So in my case, I started with Vietnam, and we have Vietnam because it caters both to Japanese and English. And in that area, we saw anyone older than 30, the language is actually not that great. So it's one of the issues that we kind of half foresaw, but we needed to manage. And we are taking measures to improve because there are ways to manage this. So there's a lot of small things that you can start putting in place in terms of initial execution, and things that don't work, you leave behind, and things that do, you stick around, you keep around. So even in every failure, there is lessons, there's things that worked. These you bring together to go through a better outcome eventually. So it's all about not being afraid to evolve your thinking. Look at it a little bit like a hustle. So point number 3, evolve. There's always things that don't work, or even that worked in the past, but as you grow, no longer work, because many things also depend on the size of an organization. If you're small, then you need very direct lines of communication. Everyone is almost always in the front line. As you grow, different functions will become more diversified. Specialist people will come in. So you will have a dedicated CFO, you will have a dedicated COO, and so forth. But when you start, it's an army of one. So evolving is about doing the right things at the right time and figuring out how that works.